And what the fuck do we have here, dude? Honestly, I wasn't expecting this cutback, but as long as it confirms that my boy is okay looking at this first page, I don't really give a fuck. If anything, I'm actually happy that we're getting this simply because I had this like sneaking suspicion that things aren't okay with Hanbi, like a bar's pretty much done. And if we see that right here, I'm glad they're gonna at least, she's gonna show it through a flashback at the very least. Then off screen that shit yet again. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's fine. Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe they actually got him out of there. The whole underground situation was just fucked. I haven't really given it much thought until last chapter. But either way, I'm done speculating off of one page that I'm looking at. Tokyo Ghoul, chapter 146. My boy Hide is finally starting to move. My boy Hide. And I told you, it has to be Hide's faction that remedies the situation because there's realistically, unless, I don't even know what the situation is out there at this point, dude. And I think Ishida's purposely hiding Ayato from my sight at this stage, dude. He doesn't want to expose any of that because he's probably going to use it much later. Like after this arc wraps up, he's probably going to utilize it. Which I don't know how I feel about yet, but we'll see. Either way, I'm going to get into this chapter right now. See the Jews over here and see what this is all about. Mr. Shinohara. Once everything ends, you'll definitely. Yo, this is the first legit title we've gotten in a minute. Although I haven't really thought about how it all links up. I'll look at that later. Yo, this art is crazy. Whoever this man was, that's haunting. His death is haunting. Whoever this random member of the S3 squad was. The 24th ward crumbles, swallowed whole by surging energy. Good shit. Yo, if Mizuru has to die, that's fine. That's fine. As long as my son survives this whole ordeal. I knew he was fine too, but they hadn't really mentioned it. So I believe in it. I believe in it. Keep holding me up. I'll fight them from here, yo. Yet again. Oh wait, hold on. Look at these formations. And this is like the very beginning stages of Dragon burgeoning outwards. And you're already seeing these kind of physiological formations. When this hibernation shit ends, dude, it's gonna be the next tier. Kaneki shit is about to be. I think it's going to supersede the imagination, which, if they can't stop it by that point, might be far more detrimental than anything else that's already happened. But that's crazy. This man, that's a lost cause right there. You see Jason, they call roped up behind him. Can't just like reutilize the Arata Joker. I mean, I guess it was probably too draining at that point anyway. That's crazy, dude. That's actually fucking crazy. Mizuru is the real MVP. And that's it. So no sign of Hanbi. That thing was born underground. I should have finished him off. You're telling me you were holding back that whole time, my boy? Don't lie. Probably was though too. Even in the primary altercation with him and Hanbi versus Kaneki is probably and Nishida showed that though. He had to set that aside, and even now he's dwelling on it. I mean, it warms my heart, but at the same time, you can't be on both sides of this, Juzo. You can't be on both sides of this. You're gonna have to let that link go, as much as it pains me. Because this, especially at this stage, I won't even fault you for that. I take full responsibility for this. I will see it finished. Yo. Oh, he just posted up in the chair in the robes. All right. You better just sit there and recover for a while, my dude. You better just sit there and recover for a while. Get me an update on what's going on with Hambi. I apologize for no way. No fucking way. No way. Are you serious right now? Wait. There has to be more to it than this. There's no way. I specifically spoke against this. I apologize for summoning you suddenly. Dr. Ogura. This man has nothing to tell you about the situation. Nothing. Fuck great with nothing. This better not be what Hide meant, dude. No, you know, I trust you. Wait. Okay, no. This is actually good. Let me see how this pans out. Of course, as a member of the CCG, I have a few choice words for you about your activities. Don't try to sugarcoat it, Mar today. Be all euphemistic and shit, but given the circumstances, let's let bygones be bygones. Besides, I'm basically a part-timer at the moment. I mean, true. You don't really have any real rank, but at the same time, this whole thing is being held together by the thread that is your faction under Hide's guidance. So I wouldn't shortchange yourself like that. I assume you've seen it. No. That's a fearsome sight indeed. It's almost as if I can hear the world closing. It's an interesting choice of words, my dude. How much does Ogura really know at this point? Because I know he knows nothing about the physiology of dragon. There's no way he has any insight into that. So the reason you called me is that monster, I take it. Nope. Well, all right, good shit. They might. My boy, look at him. Look, he's looking like a god. Wait, hold on. You think you'll be able to speak? Chico! Wait, whoa, hold on. Chico. What'd you do? Oh, you got in one of those fucking those artificial voice box things that you give to smoke it, yo. As if he's on that normal shit. The very fact that he's using the bandana to cover his mouth. You can see the scar kind of coming out of here too, as I look at it. Yeah, the whole from the top part of his chest to like the upper mouth is just fuck. It's just gone. 100%. Ravaged by Kaneki. Still, this panel is one of those things I've seen a lot of time because I no longer have to look at this scarecrow nonsense. This is my boy. It's my boy looking glorious, dude. We prepared a device to enable him to converse. He probably won't get the hang of it today, but if he practices, he's Hide, Chico! Exactly, he already mastered it. Today is a sunny day. Can't blame him. Writing everything down is annoying. Yeah, you know what it is? Probably specifically requested after you called him out on his spelling error on the specialist shit, Marde. Probably specifically requested it after that. You look a hell of a lot better too. Got that Hachikawa. I mean, he's looking like a lord, dude. I love this fucking new design. It's dope. It's fucking dope. The bandana is sick. I want to ask you about exactly. See, this is where my mind was going. This is where my mind went after I realized there's no way that Hide ever summoned this man for his own merits. But I forgot that I forgot about that Great Wheel Act chapter when we found about the lake to Kano. So if he can somehow leverage this, how much does Ogura really know though? Is the question. I want to ask you about Kano. You're an acquaintance of his from college. I hear that he had other more personal interests. None of it was particularly flattering, but I have looked into his past. Hide's a god, dude. Hide's a god. Anyone that talks down on Hide's name, get the fuck out of here right now. In his youth, he was a cheerful boy. This is like really uncanny and jarring for me to witness. I don't need to see young Kano, dude. That's throwing me off. That's throwing me off, dude. I don't need to see young Kano. And what's up with... I'm not even gonna think about young Kano as a design, anything. I don't even want to think about it. Apparently, he would often tell jokes and make people laugh. However, right before he entered college, he lost his mother to illness. It changed him as a person. Interesting. If that was the impetus for everything that he's done, don't tell me he believes in that same nonsense that he fed to Furuta. No, I'm gonna stick with the original conception of breaking the birdcage, because if that's really what is rooted in Kano, you lose like everything that made you a powerful fucking figure in the series. Everything. According to his classmates, his mother suffered for quite some time, and until she passed away, Akihiro would visit her in the hospital every single day without fail. I mean, that's real. That's fucking sad, but come on, man. Apparently, his dream to become a doctor is one that he'd had since his childhood. His mother's illness may have motivated him to choose that path. I'm sure it was a factor. At this point, I'm positive that's a factor then. I mean, if she had been sick at that time, judging by the transition too, there had to be a driving force outside of just this, though. There had to be some incident that warped his path to where it is now. So he wanted to use the power of the ghoul in medicine, which is fair, perfectly fair. If you can manipulate the RC cells like that in a way that's not detrimental and utilize his capabilities in order to heal, it's not a bad thought, I'm not going to lie. If that were the case, he'd come to the CCG. Look at Marty's face. He's like, wait, you lost me. After all, although the seeds for this were sown by him, this is a perfect chance to get others in his debt and progress his research. Don't forget how meticulous of a person he is, and yet he's nowhere to be seen. That's a good point, Eden! That's a good point. Especially since everything that's transpiring right now is of his own design and construction. That's a very, very good point. I didn't even think of that. Perhaps he's already finished it. Wait. Hold on. And this deduction is brilliant. I wouldn't even come to that conclusion myself. But that line from Marty is actually pretty real. Forget how meticulous of a person he is, and yet he's nowhere to be seen because he's already accomplished what he set out to do. The nice point of progression is how does he intend to utilize it then? But Hide's deduction is, this man is a god. I don't understand how people, I've been saying this from the jump, years ago. But seeing it in action yet again, it warms my fucking heart, dude. I wouldn't even jump to that conclusion immediately. Because Kano just doesn't strike me as that sentimental until these last 2 pages. So he's reporting to his mother. Brats. Maduri! What a god. Stake out Kano's mother's grave. Hurry. Why the curiosity about Akihiro all of a sudden? Shut up, Ogura. Because he's a maggot specialist. I haven't heard such demeaning terminology since the days of Mado. You gotta cut that shit out. Either way, you served your purpose now, Ogre. You can get the fuck out of here. It was all worth it to see my boy Hide shining. What the fuck is this? Pick the absolute perfect time to make your comeback, huh? Yo, let's go, dude. Wait. Okay. You really now that you show me this and glimpses of Zato lurking, potential hints at other things, you really do have to address the Ayato thing sooner rather than later. Shit, I can't wait that much longer. I really can't. But this man summoned the both of them. Pick the absolute perfect time to make your comeback, huh? And you say it so nonchalant. But think about it this way, and this is what I've been saying from the jump. That nonchalant statement is perfectly fine when you think about the fact that he was working with Hide's faction for a certain degree of time, dude. Especially during the Rue operation. He just didn't realistically know what Hide's endgame was at the time. That's lit. Hide's a god, dude. That's actually amazing. And I've been saying that for the longest, but to see it come to it, honestly, there's something very strange and like satisfying, but at the same time just kind of weird about like a long-standing theory and train of thought being proven correct, and not only that, but that being like a driving force in the current plot, dude. That's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. The Washu were after me. Apparently, I was in their way. Of course you weren't in. You think Yoshitoki wasn't noticing your movements? You think Sumiyoshi didn't notice those movements? The only thing that would make it even more fitting, but at the same time, I don't think it works as well anymore, is the old school Hide Washu theories. But I don't really think they coalesce as well and resonate as well as they would have in the past. No need to write things down anymore, huh? The CCG made it happen. Wish they made me more handsome, too. It's easier for me to move about now that the Washu are gone. Pretty tough, aren't you? What were you doing in that getup of yours? That's the question from Akira. So then that means, because there was no instant that just means Amon had filled her in on the situation. There was no instant where she actually came across Scarecrow. Nor was there any instant where she would have been brought into the faction. This is the first instance. But that's a great question. What were you doing in that getup of yours? Watching. During the auction operation. Watching if there was anyone that could save Kaneki. 100% what we knew the man was doing once we came to the conclusion that it was him to begin with. And en route. If I had the insurance I needed. That statement's has way more mystique about it. What do you mean by that, dude? I had the insurance I needed. Insurance. Yes, I still can't say for sure that I do, but what did he gain from that, from everything that transpired there, though? Aside from actually pulling Marde back into the fold. I don't know about that. That's interesting. I had to think about that a little bit later. Dr. Chigyo predicts that we have 72 hours until it starts moving again. Until Kaneki comes out of this hibernation state. I trust Chigyo's calculations, actually. That's not bad. I trust Chigyo's calculations. 72 hours. What do you plan to do in that time frame, though? How do you plan to resolve this in the best way possible, and at the same time, knowing you saved the man? That's it. That's how long he'll be able to stay like that without being attacked. That's our time limit. If only I'd managed to make better use of myself, Kaneki might not have had turned into that. Which is why I won't fail. Not this time. That statement, the predication of that statement rests on the fact that the man had some inkling of both Kano and Furuta's plans. Yeah, he couldn't subvert it. You know how fucking incredible it is to have this man back in my series, dude. Just this chapter might be one of my favorite chapters in out of everything that's come in the last few chapters of this arc, dude. To be honest with you, just seeing my boy interact with the current scenario, I've got something absolutely essential for that. So that is it then. The reason you called for us. Yes. I have an idea, but sheesh, my dad will probably scold me on the other side. Man, I'm gonna fuck that man. Nobody cares what he thinks. As a matter of fact, real talk, everything you've done up to this point, if you meet up with the man, and I don't think you will, because the man's on that side of the fence, but if you meet up with the man, all he's gonna do is praise you, because everything you've done has been fucking genuine and real up to this point. You forget that he loved you above all else, as twisted as he was. Me too. Your intuition is as sharp as ever. Nagachika, why are you willing to go this far for Ken Kaneki? Yo, first of all, it's his boy, dog. But I love that question coming from Amon. So because he's been trying to wrap his hands around the persona of Kaneki for the longest. So this only furthers his opinion. We only got that brief conversation between them earlier this arc too. I actually quite like that question. Why are you willing to go this far for Ken Kaneki? Why don't you ask him why the fuck half his face is missing, bro? Why don't you ask him that? Why? Eating! What a good man, dude. This right here. And let's pause for a second. Let's actually pause. Let me throw a pause into the works right now. This right here is fucking beautiful. Okay? What? I already know. I'm looking at this panel, and I'm so fucking happy. I already know that the Fujoshi are gonna run wild with this. We might need to take it in a second because I want to know what the original translation was. Like, what wording did Ishida use? Because if it was just ski, then that has more base implications than that. You can't have love like this for your homies, though. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be any sort of romantic implication whatsoever. That's his best friend. That he loves the man. Man. I feel it, just like I love both of them. However, I feel like I the only way to resolve this is to know what word Ishida used pre-translation. Because if it was any extension of I, then it gets that romantic overtone, which I'm not going to lie to you. If Hide had romantic feelings for Kaneki, which the Fujoshi have been trying to push for years, I wouldn't be mad at it. I would actually quite like that. Even though, the pairings already solidified. I would love that from Hide's perspective. I don't think that's what he's saying here, though. I don't really think that's what he's saying. He's more of like, it's that brotherly, that's my boy. I love him. He probably used ski, dude. But I don't know. I'm going to look it up after this. I'm sure people will tell me in the chat, but I can't look at that right now. So either way, no matter what the resolution is, just having a panel like this exist, the Fujoshi are going to run wild with this shit, dude. And I've already seen my fair share of Hide x Kaneki fanfics, Hide x Kaneki dojin, Hide x Kaneki fucking fan arts, right? It's about to multiply, if not triple itself right now after this panel. And I don't give a fuck because it's fucking beautiful, dude. My boy. That's the only answer you had to give. It's the most genuine, he's the realest motherfucker in the series, dude. This is the realest motherfucker in the series. And if anybody has anything else to say about it, don't talk to me. Real talk. I just don't care. You're wrong. You're just wrong, dude. There's a handful of people that compete. But Hide is top 5 most real characters in this series, dude. 100%. I like this shit, especially as a response to Amon. Hide, I honestly thought it was just gonna be like a Hide. I thought this chapter was gonna be some other shit going on, like seeing the Juzo shit at the beginning. I was like, okay, they're gonna focus on this for a while, and then we were gonna get like some mild Hide movements leading into him confronting Kano at the end of the chapter. That was my outlook of the chapter going into it, right? But this is 10 times better than I could ever anticipate it, and it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Do I need another reason? Look at his face. Exactly. No. Let's go. Bro, because I love him. What else is there? Why else would he do all of these things? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his boy. It's his family, dude. It's his best friend. He loves the man, and I feel him. And it's apparent. It's obvious to me. You know what I'm saying? After everything he's done up to this point, it shouldn't come as a shock to anybody, but it's just powerful to hear him voice the words like that. dude. I'm so happy right now. I'm so no matter how people want to take it, I'm not gonna muddy my fucking shoes and my shit in the mire of all this nonsense that I can already predict is going to go on. I'll say it this way. Either way that it goes, whether it's romantic in nature or not, I fuck with it either way. That's all I have to say about it, dude. He is a god, and that's real as fuck. And then you want to cut to this, the whole, you give me a whole Hide-centric chapter, some Juzo, and you want to cut to this right now. You better apologize, Nishi, because you were out of line last week. Your kid's getting cold too, you know. You better watch over, exactly, you better watch over that. If only it'd stop the rain. What should I do? I guess you're pondering the same question. Is Toka? What do you mean? That everyone's got their head in their hands right now. Not that that's much solace, but you know. The fuck? Yo, my boy! Yo, okay. Slowly but surely, if you want to bring me this series, so like in this chapter, we've gotten 2 confirmations of survival. Juzo and Renji, two of my favorite characters of all time. I'm happy now. I'm happy. I mean, Nagi was gone, so there's nothing I can do about that. But like to see Hinami, to see Toka safe, to see Renji safe now, to see that Juzo's still alive. I would like Hanbi to survive, but I really don't give a shit at this point, especially since it would give a little bit more credence to Kanaki's initial battle. But I mean that it had to mean that she was down there with them too. Then that's interesting, man. That's pretty interesting. The only thing is that if you think about the infrastructure just based on this dialogue, and it's like, yo, we thought he'd been buried alive. If you think about the infrastructure of the 24th Quarter, you think about the underground. I feel like it's so deep. No. I feel like everything that was established down there at that layer, which was built on top of, is probably intact. I still see all the individuals from down there having some impact, especially OG1, King and Naito having some impact later on. But I like the way that this arc has it's subverted a lot of expectation. And even though a lot of things that I had predicted, way long ago have come to pass, it's in a way that I never anticipated. So it's crazy. But my boy Renji is alive. That's all that matters. And I would have been pissed anyway if Renji died and yet somehow fucking Mutsuki and Ara survived. Dude. That's just bullshit. That would have been bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So if they're alive, it's a given that Renji has to be alive. From my perspective, that's just how it is. Anyway, Renji Yomo, we thought he'd been buried alive. Missy Tori, why? Uta dragged him up here. I knew it was him. There was no doubt in my mind. My boy. There's only 2 real best boys like that for me. And both of them have some degree of shine in this chapter. Let me go back, because that line is real. He's my friend. I mean, that's the thing up here too. No matter what their position, no matter where they align themselves, everything is to their own personal taste and their own whims. That's it. He's my friend. I got him out of there. Period. I love you, Uta. I fucking love you. Yomo. Yo, go embrace your uncle. Well, if it isn't Toka, you've become much more womanly. Yo, when's the last time they saw each other? When's the last time they saw each other? I mean, it's nice to have Victoria on the scene right now, but she hasn't done shit. She barely done anything in the entirety of Reed. But Victoria, what are you and Uta and the others going to do? The same thing. We'll continue to play the clowns as we always have. That's a little counter to even what Roma was saying, though, Tori. Using the word continue to play as if it's a role instead of that being your inherent position. It means that at any given point, you can discard that. But what will the little lambs here do? They've lost their king. He's gone and become a big scary monster. Look, man, I'm glad all these fathers survived, but at the same time, they're of no consequence to me. If you try anything funny with them, if they go out, then it is what it is. But at this stage, I don't know how they're gonna move, dude. How the rest of Goat moves is actually really important. I think you should run. It's better than waiting to get killed here. Run, no, but opposed to running, are we? Then how about watching till the end? Watching. I love it, dude. Honestly, as this as Tony is, I absolutely love her design, man. It's just nice to see her around. I mean, Kaneki became that thing because he wanted to save you. In order to save Ghoul, he sacrificed himself to attain a fearsome form, and many people died. Are you really pushing this motherfucker's agenda right now? This is the script that motherfucker came up with and just and spoon fed you guys, and you're gonna put it on them. And I get how it's for shits and giggles from your perspective, but Kaneki can't choose to do anything of this sort. Don't change the scope of what this really is. No, they were killed. Don't listen to her. The faceless masses, criminals, and saints alike, all crushed to a pulp. I saw it. The humans that oppressed us, the humans that hurt you. He did it for you. Which is why you must watch this too. And that position of a spectator, rather than you telling him to actively do anything. Oh, you're playing games right now. It's actually really dope. I see what she's doing here now. It's actually really dope. Because all it does though is foster history. So that's not even at that point though, it's not even in line with what Furuto was trying to do if Furuto was sincere. She's just trying to further throw a wrench into the fucking woodwork and see what happens. Which is why we must watch this to its end. That is all those who remain can do. Don't limit it like that. That's not fucking true. If you love your king, if you care about your king, watching till the end is the least we can. Wait! Oh my god, you're pissing me off. I love that you're back. This is some bullshit. If they actually acquiesce to this shit, that's what I believe. Our king. He's not your king! You weren't even a part of this! Now I'm getting heated, dude. Now I'm getting heated because you know what? You know, and I'm seeing Toko's face right here in this little panel. She's already pissed. She's already pissed by all of this. All this bullshit that she's spewing right now. And all these nameless motherfuckers that were too weak to fend for themselves and that Kaneki took under the wing of Goat and tried to be a symbol of hope for are going to cling to this bullshit that she's spewing right now. No. Humans, yeah, it's already being cemented. Even though, it's illogical. It's illogical, and yet they're still gonna believe it. They took my children. The doves killed my brothers. He killed the humans that hurt us. This is the exact opposite sentiment of what Kaneki would want right now. This is revenge. You love your king, right? We love him. For us, it was all for us. He is everything. Our king. He is the king. Don't put all that bullshit. The king tells you what he stands for and what he's undertaking. Don't put all that bullshit on his mantle. He even on it, Tori, you're twisted. You're fucking twisted. I do like this, but it's fucking weird. Truly. What a wonderful person. She's right. We must watch over him till the end. King! My king! I'm glad we believed in him. Okay, if you don't silence that shit, it's your duty. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. Before Toka could even say anything, this man was already pissing his feelings, already blaming himself. And there's no way in hell he lets this shit disintegrate like this before his very eyes. This is the least. Oh my God, he's come so far, dude. To think, look at his face. Look at his face. To think that he'd be this perturbed by this turn of events. The old Shu would have never. I mean, the burst of emotion, yes, that's classic Shu, but the old Shu would have never been that perturbed by that sequence as he is right now. As a matter of fact, he might have instigated that sequence back in the day. They're spitting in the face of everything my boy stands for. He won't stand for it. That's real, dude. Hey, wait. She got the my girl. Yo, I better see. There better be a late game photo album, GA. There better be a late game photo album because I like how you got the shot right there. That's a prime shot. That's a prime shot. I'm not even mad that she ends the chapter like that. I'm not even mad. That's powerful. I'm actually really fucking happy, dude. I got some Hide greatness. I had Shu fucking speak everything that's on my mind right now in one fucking word. Thank you. Thank you. As happy as I am to have Ittori back doing things, it's a little too fucking conniving for me. Next issue, what is Hide's plan? Let my boy Hide work, dude. Let my boy Hide work. It's about to be real. I'm too happy right now. This chapter was incredible. Damn. All right, let me see what's good with the chat real quick. I don't even have much time. I have like 2 minutes before I gotta leave and go do Blend S and Osamatsu. But let's see what you guys have to say quickly. 2 words, whatever. No, it's hyphenated. It's technically a word. Don't try to come at me with the grammatical bullshit. She always there to capture. Yeah, I didn't even notice that first. I'm glad she got that on fucking camera, dude. I want like a Chie scrap album at the end of this. Be fucking incredible. Dude, all right. Literally, that just takes up most of it. Uta's still best boy. I mean that it is. Although he still is. He's still my boy. All of my best boys are shining right now. To be honest with you, they're all alive and they're all shining. That's what I like to see. Kaneki's the only one. Kaneki's the only one that's not shining, dude. Kaneki's the only one that's not shining. Everybody else is shining. That's all I care about. That's my face, exactly. He talked really funny. I want to hear that. Like, I would love to hear Hide say you do that. We're never going to get to that point, though. So it would be interesting. It would definitely be interesting. I appreciate the donation, Sota, my dude. How fucked up you think Ishida's going to make Hide's mouth? I don't think that's something we're going to see until... The only time we're going to ever see that is if and when Hide has a conversation with Kaneki. It's the only time he's going to remove the bandana at this point. I'm just happy to see some semblance of him and not, look at the scarecrow mask anymore. Especially since there were still, which blows my mind, even after we had the confirmation, there is still a faction of people that were like, that's not Hide. That's not Hide. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not Hide. But you know what? There's nothing they can say now. I'm pretty sure Roma's dead. I'm pretty sure Roma's dead. I wouldn't be surprised if they're about Roma, but I'm pretty sure Roma's done. The Fujoshi are gonna go crazy about that, dude. That panel's gonna be crazy. Either way it wants to be taken. I didn't see anything in the chat about this. I'm gonna look it up myself afterwards. As far as his wording, but either way that it wants to eat, whether he had that kind of implication or not, either way, it's powerful for me. And I love it regardless. I would love it if he had romantic feelings for Kaneki. I'm not gonna lie, but I just don't think it's necessary. That can mean everything that it means without that implication. Just saying, it can have just as much weight as it already has without that implication. So it is what it is. Oh, it's just ski. No, it's just that. That's just my boy. I like it. It's especially if coming from here. That's that nonchalant, kind of subversive answer. That's what that man would do anyway. I know he means it, but all right, that's fine. That's fine. There's really no way to shape that and form that into a romantic kind of context. You could, and it'd be cool. Don't get me wrong. If you guys want to run away with it and just believe that in your heart of hearts, that's fine. But there's nothing there that really says that. It's just that's my boy. What else is there? What else do I need? I care about him. Period. Anyway, thank you guys for coming through. I gotta get out of here. I'm already late. Smash that like button if you enjoyed it. I'm out. Peace.